Hi, I'm Seay from Seay Real Estate here in Richmond, Virginia. Today I want to talk to you about selling your house as is. I often go to homes where people express to me, I want to sell my house, but I want to sell it as is. Sometimes I'll go to houses where people want to compare the two. What would it look like if I sold it as is versus what if I made improvements to it, or if I were willing to make improvements to it? For today, let's just talk about the as-is route. So to sell a house as is, first of all, it can always be done. The only question is for how much? What will the house bring in as-is condition? And another important factor to consider is there anything owed on the house? Because sometimes to sell a house as is, it won't bring enough money to pay off the existing mortgage. So that creates a problem. But assuming that there's plenty of equity, perhaps nothing owed on the house or very little owed, and there's room to do that, to sell it as is, it's always an option. And if you're like most sellers, you want to get all you can for the house, but you are limited when you choose the as-is route. So a couple things to keep in mind. If you sell it as is, you sometimes will cut out a significant percentage of potential buyers. The people who will pay the very most for your house are people who want to live in it. They want to make it their home. They want to enjoy it as their primary residence, and that's fine. A tricky part about this, however, is when they go to apply for financing, a lot of the times the type of financing they're going to be getting, well, the lender has requirements. The loan program has requirements regarding the condition of the house. And depending on what kind of shape the as-is house is in, the bank might say, sorry, it's just not in good enough shape for us to loan money on it. And if that's the case, you can eliminate a lot of potential buyers. Government insured financing is one of the primary avenues that I'm referring to here. Even conventional type loans with low down payments, they have standards to which the house must comply before they're comfortable loaning the money. So you have to realize that the people who will pay the most oftentimes are no longer potential buyers, because the type of financing they'd get, it just won't work. So who are we left with? We're left with investors who will have larger down payments or perhaps be paying cash. And that's a easier buyer to sell to, but you typically don't get as much money. But again, that's perfectly fine with a lot of sellers. In fact, lots of sellers I meet are of the mindset, I don't want to give it away, but I want to get as much as I can as is. And there's real value to a lot of home sellers when they can sell it quickly and easily, and perhaps for cash, and they don't have to wonder, is the loan going to get approved? Is the bank going to have requirements regarding the condition of this house? If you're thinking of selling your house and you want to know if as is a route, call your local realtor, and he or she will be happy to let you know whether or not that's an option. I've listed many houses where the potential sellers were told by another agent, I won't list it unless you do this, and this, and get it into shape so I can sell it for more and to more potential buyers. And I think that's a wrong approach to take, because the house can certainly be sold as is. And if that's what you're wanting to do, you can totally do it. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic week. I'm Chad with Seay Real Estate here in Richmond, Virginia.